Oh, hello everybody. This is Shweta Shankar here, and we are ready for our next Biz Growth Member Spotlight. Today we had the absolute phenomenal Bizmi, who is going to share a little more about herself and her business journey. And we are so pumped because we've come to this beautiful house with such lovely setting, and I'm just getting this really amazing vibe just
Thank
being
you.
here, and I'm super grateful for you to allow us and the team here into your house, into your life, and into the beautiful energy that you have here.
Thank you, Shweta. Yeah, that's really amazing. You coming to us and find out what's happening, and it's first time experience for me. So thank you, team, for coming up and then taking my story and then sharing with the whole world.
That's amazing. Let's get straight into the nitty gritty. So, Bizmi, if you can tell us a little bit about what inspired you to start off on this business journey of yours, that'll be phenomenal.
That's great. So my business, the name is Young Emerging Speakers Academy. So it's exactly the growth or the life of my three boys. So I got three boys, 19 and twins, 11. They were trying to find out how to talk, how to stand up and speak up for themselves. So I have different opportunities to help them to do within the space of parenting as a mom, and I can see that they're really improving the way that they putting up themselves and then talking in the challenging situation. So that actually inspired me. Being a single parent, how do we make our kids stand up for this community? Because it's a great community if you speak up, because you need to ask something to get received, but you need that power how to ask in the right way. So that's how I thought, okay, fine, my kids are getting really useful things from that experience, so why should I change that and help the community and help the other people around? So that's the real inspiration. So I started with my community here in Wyndham and then helping people, including children, to speak up and talk boldly and confidently about their life, their work and their situation. So that's the real inspiration for this journey, but it's still continuing.
I love that. Obviously, you are being the example to your boys, and this is just amazing because they're learning how to be what they want to be confident. That's such great skills that you're imparting. I love what you do. And can you please tell us a little bit more about your services and products that you offer and who your ideal client would be, Bizmi?
So great. So if you are listening to me and if you think I haven't done any speaking, I would say you will be my ideal client, because it is not the age, it is the experience that you have in that speaking career. If you feel like I have a great content to speak or share and inspire the community, come to me. So what I will do, I'll help you figuring out your content and then how to do that in your community, not just on speaking on a speaking platform, but again speaking with your friends, maybe within your workplace, within your organizational department heads, and again standing up and speaking to that big audience. So that will be my ideal client, but at the same time I'm having a bit of like a interest, and I would say a best interest, to my young people who are going to secondary school or going to uni or from uni to work, because they need that skill set to speak in the interviews or speak with the tutors and all those things. So I have a bit of like that young people as a cohort as well. So the main thing what I am doing is trying to help them a long-term journey with me. So we started from kids grade 2 onwards, and then trying to figure out what's their interesting story that they can talk about, and then how they can share in a better way. And at the same time, I have clients like kids coming from grade 7 to grade 8, 9, 10, that area. And you know that in the year 11 and 12, public speaking is an area that they need to do. And debating is also an area. So I'm helping some kids in that area as well. But at the same time, I'm helping the newbies in the speaking area. So if you haven't done any speaking, And if you are going to speak or if you are trying to get a job, I'm helping different people in that area as well.
Oh my God, that is such a crucial place, because I remember as a migrant coming here and being like totally flabbergasted, because we're trying to understand the nuances, and as Aussies we're so good at cutting everything short. So literally going out there, understanding, and then learning how we can speak, converse, have great communications, but also be bold enough to stand in front of the crowd. It's just some amazingly phenomenal work that you're doing, Bismi.
Thank
Totally,
you.
totally important and crucial for all those listening. Bismi definitely assists with that. So what has been your biggest challenge so far in business?
I think you just touched on that Aussie accent. So being a migrant, the great challenge, or like the first challenge that you will find out here is that the communication gap. So when I reached here in 2000, that was the challenge. I couldn't understand a single word of Australian English. And then when I talk with Australian people, it was like in our brain, you need to translate from our mother tongue to English and then think or find out what they are telling. So it's a lots of process happening in your brain, and it should go like this if you want to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
And I experienced that challenge going so high if you are in a corporate world, especially if you are with Aussie community. If everybody, including migrants, like they're born and brought up here or had education here, their language is totally different. The way of thinking is different. So that's the greatest challenge I experienced. How to translate your thought process from your mother tongue to an English or an Australian English style. So putting that vocabulary, the pausing for that moment,
100%.
Yeah, and then maybe if you are not clear of what you were talking, retelling that story within a couple of sentences at the end, or even checking with the audience, did you get me, or do I need to explain a bit more? Those type of areas that's still we working on, and that's the greatest challenge I experienced in this journey. But I love to see when we work with kids, especially, they're giving the best way to respond in the current cultural standards. So I'm learning from them as well, and at the same time modifying all the time.
It's so good. It's like that curve where when you're teaching and you're imparting that education and knowledge, you learn. So that two-way stream and the two-way process is just so phenomenal.
Yeah.
Constantly learning from these resilient little ones. It's amazing.
Yes.
And what has been your proudest moment? What's been your biggest achievement so far, Bismi?
Wow, there are different ones. Like I would go through my last 5 years journey, because I was sort of like hiding for a long time, but doing normal corporate life and looking after my boys. But there was some incidents that I need to really speak up, and I need to be my advocate in my life to get something for my boys. So that's where I started to share with different people and sharing these ideas. So in that journey, I will say my proudest moment is the first time that I shared my story to an International Women's Day audience. And I was thinking that it's just I am sharing the story because I feel that it is the hardest time, or it is the hardest moment that I did, or it's the hardest moments that looking after 3 kids of 14 months old and then doing the full-time work. But when I share my story, the whole audience felt the pain, and they can resonate with so many different people. And then the appreciation that they gave me on that day really touched me, because storytelling is not just healing yourself, it's really empowering the other people. So I would say that's the first time opening up to the audience is my my still in my mind as the best moment. And then there are lots other places that sharing the story and then empowering the other people. That's where I feel like, yeah, I'm so proud.
Wow, it is truly empowering. You can feel that energy of the person. It's like you're soaking in, absorbing everything, and storytelling is just absolutely tremendously powerful. So definitely agree with what you have to share. And if I can ask you, what would you say sets you apart from all the other people in your industry, Bismi? What would that be?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I was thinking the same question. So if you look at the internet, mainly like a social media, you can see many different people trying to help you to become speakers, trying to build the business, trying to motivate and empower you. And if you go back to them, some may have some real vision or some real experience, but the audience or the clients that I'm looking forward or I am targeting is the people who are really struggling with generational trauma or the story of that migrant cultural shift. So the mindset is different, but they have good skill set. So moreover than building their skill set, changing their mindset is important. So the speciality of my training, I would say, I have first-hand experience for last 24 years coming into Australia and then struggling by myself and then being in this space. So that first-hand experience can really help to my audience and find out their journeys and what exactly they want to change. So that's what I would say the real difference, because it's that abundance of that experience always helping. We don't need to have that real training and certificate. I would say we always say that autoethnography method is the great way, like your own experience, you are investigating and you are finding out. So that's what I felt. So my training, it's more of from my own autoethnography methods and narrative methods, not through the proven technology around the world.
That's brilliant. And human experiences just shape and shift everything that we do. And when we pass that on to generations and people around us, it's just mind-blowing, I'd say. And I know that we know a little bit about your journey because we came to the Unsaid premiere last week, which is so good. And in that 20-minute kind of video, when you said at the end of it that this was 20 years of my life, it was just so difficult and a little bit more challenging to take in, because there is so much that you've been through as a person, as a human being, and it's transformed you into this person who's such a giver now, and you want to pass on that to everybody else. And I think that thing about giving is something that is so relatable. And that's what we love it, that at BizGrowth Network, we can do that. We can connect with people on a deeper level, people who have meaning, things to share and learn and give to each other so that we can all collaboratively do things together.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing that with me. We really, really love that bit.
Thank you, because I always grateful for the incidents or the lessons that we learned on the life we have. Different things will go down into valley and then we go up into the mountain. But where we are in the darkest moment, I feel like, I learned a lot. And then it's not blaming others. It's more of like a going into the core. That's what I believe. So the change will start only when you connect with your core, rather than, blaming all other people and pointing your fingers others. If I go inside me and finding out why did I do that, what happened, that's what that really helped in my life. So Unsaid, that's a story for many people resonate, but only some people will come out of it because they think that that's the normal life. They can't really change anything. But if you change yourself, if you connect to your core, and then it will be a brand new era for their life, and then lots of changes, lots of positive people will come around, good things will come out. So that's what my experience.
Love what you just shared. So getting into your core, so really taking a journey inward so that you can have a beautiful journey outwards, surround yourself with positivity and amazingly positive people, which comes to The very last question, where do you really see your business and yourself in the next 5 years, Bismi?
That's a good, vision statement, I would say. The reason I'm helping people is to spread love, joy, and peace. So those are the three core values that I want to share with the whole people and whole community. So I started as a really small one, but if I look forward for 5 years, I will be in a place to empower all the women around there that going through this generational trauma and then can't really speak up for themselves. So I will be helping many women to stand up and do something similar what I'm doing, and at the same time empowering the younger generation to understand the value of that love, joy, and peace in a family environment. So the core is always family. So my vision is through these 5 years, build that younger generation who love the family and spread that joy and peace around the community. So let's work together to find out that. And if you'd like to know more about it, come and let's connect, right?
Oh my God, absolutely. We're talking love, we're talking joy, we're talking peace. If this resonates with you, definitely connect with Bismi, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to the next video with another member spotlight and a beautiful member. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bismi.